And this is Tom Scarritt.
Tom Scarritt, 33606, here in Tampa. Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, Mr. Merrill, Mr. Fletcher, staff, and my fellow citizens. My name is Tom Scarritt, and I come to you today as a citizen of Hillsborough County, a concerned citizen, with an offer that I hope will resolve an issue that divides us, the relocation of a statue now sitting at our courthouse. After the commission took its vote last week, I met with Sandy Merman, who is a very good friend, and I asked her if it would be helpful if I were to take on the responsibility of raising the money, and I want to stress that this will be a community project to raise the money necessary to move the statute. She said that it would be helpful, so I'm prepared to and have opened a GoFundMe site. Could we pull that up? It's hard to see that. Anyway, it's the Tampa Statue Relocation Fund. Has a picture of the statue. It's very simple. And it will allow those citizens and businesses who want to do something positive to try to resolve this issue to participate. So why am I doing this? Because I think we have a tremendous opportunity here. Cities throughout the South are struggling with how to deal with their statues, with their history. New Orleans hired contractors who put on black masks and removed their statues in the middle of the night. We can do better. We must do better. My son was lucky enough to study and teach in China for 2.5 years. And through his experience, I've learned that the word crisis translates in Chinese to dangerous opportunities. And I think that's exactly what we have here today, a dangerous opportunity. Our citizens feel strongly about this issue. It's been obvious to me as I've sat through 3 hours of testimony. And I understand that there are those amongst us that feel that this is a monument to men who were simply following their principles. I attended college in Tennessee at the University of the South. I studied Southern history, Southern literature, and Southern politics. There's much to be said about the richness of Southern culture, music, food, literature. My family has been 7 generations here in Florida, and I'm proud to be a Southerner. But despite my pride at being a Southerner, it does not alter the lessons learned from our past. It does not change the fact that slavery is an abomination. We've come to a point here in the state of Florida, in Hillsborough County, in our country, where cruelty, oppression, and discrimination can no longer be tolerated. Some of our citizens feel that this statue is a symbol of those dark values. Despite this perception, we cannot turn our backs on our history. He who ignores history is condemned to repeat its mistakes. There are those amongst us who would like nothing better than to take a sledgehammer to this statue, and I understand your feelings. If you did that, though, it might make you feel good for just a little while, but not for long. Why is that? Because that statue is a thing made of stone and metal. It is not oppression and subjugation. Those things can be found in one place only, right here in the heart, and that is where we start to change things. And how do we do it? Just like we're doing right now. We talk to each other with respect. We try to find common ground. We work on solutions. We compromise. This brings me back to my offer, our dangerous opportunity. There are many citizens who have been frustrated by the inability to participate on this issue on which they feel very strongly. And I want to commend you, commissioners, for your honesty and courage in bringing this back up to a vote. By so doing, you demonstrate your willingness to consider new information and work towards a solution instead of abandoning the problem. My hope is that you will continue this process through the end and that we will have a vote today to move the statute to a location where those who wish to visit and pay respect will have that option, while those who do not will not be forced to confront it every time they walk through the courthouse seeking justice. And what a wonderful message this commission could send to the people of Hillsborough County by making its vote unanimous. My hope is that this relocation fund, and again, I say to you, our relocation fund, will provide the avenue for those who wish to participate, for those who want to make a positive difference. We have a chance here to be a role model for the rest of the South and the country. If you county commissioners give us the chance, let us all embrace this dangerous opportunity together. Thank you very much, and if there are any questions, I'd be happy to take them.
Commissioner Miller, you're recognized.
Well, I just want to say, sir, thank you for your kind words. Thank you for your thoughtfulness in creating this GoFundMe page, and thank you for your generosity. Hopefully, I know the county will take whatever you have. And
I'm sure they will.
Oh, yeah, we'll take it. We will take it. And I just want to say thank you so very much for your thoughtfulness. Appreciate it very, very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Commissioner.
Commissioner Merman, you're recognized.
Again, thank you, Tom, for coming here today. Very proud to have you as a friend, and the fact that you would do something like this to help bring our community together, because this is something for the whole community. It's not just for me or you. You'll be a hero in this, obviously, but I'm looking at the faces in the audience. I think they're probably just as stunned as I was that something like this could really come about. But I will just say this, when I sat down with Tom, and I have told almost everybody this for me was a fiscal issue. I did not want county tax dollars to go to the relocation of the statue. I was opposed to it. We've got a homestead exemption that's going to pass. It's going to affect our budget. I think that we, it didn't seem like it's something I could ever support. With this change, obviously it changed my mind because that obstacle was not in the way any longer. I would rather us not, I will tell you, at the end of the day, I'd rather us not relocate, but because of the community and because there's no fiscal obligation from the county that stands in the way, I don't see how anybody cannot support this. That's just my thought. And the fact that no public dollars will be going towards the relocation. I think that we'll be able to prepare, we'll have enough money to prepare the site, have the proper security for the site, we'll have the proper access to the site, and there won't be any ongoing recurring expenditures. So I think from that standpoint, this made the decision a lot easier for me. It wasn't that I changed my position. My position still has stayed the same, except for this. I was not in favor of using tax dollars to move this, to relocate the statue. So I do thank you for your generosity and your willingness to help us in this really tough decision, I think, that we have to make. And I appreciate it. This is, I think, a good, fair decision to move forward with this. We've just got to focus on the whole community. It's a community I've loved for the last 42 years. I've spent a lot of time giving back to this community. I've worked together with so many groups. We've had other tough situations. We've healed together. And I think in the best interests of all of our citizens, we do need to move forward. And I tell everybody, I hear the radio, look at the paper. I am not perfect. And these decisions are tough. But we try to do our very best up here to do what we think is right for our constituents and for this community. This is our community. We have to protect it and respect it and hold it to high regard. Many of the speakers said, let's all just get along. I will say, in light of that, I have been somewhat intrigued by the referendum idea. I know that that would cause us to delay the vote today, but I would, I guess I'll wait to hear from other people if there's other interest in waiting for, I don't like the fact that we don't have all of our commissioners here today on a really big vote. That, I think, is just, wish it had not happened that way. But the referendum idea has been intriguing, and I don't know, I'll listen to other speakers and see if there's any interest in moving forward on that. But thank you, Tom. Thanks for coming today. Appreciate everything you're doing for us.
Thank you. Thank you, Commissioners.
Commissioner Kemp, you're recognized.